What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? It's your boy, Luciferian Press, coming at y'all once again. Welcome. Let me sit up straight. For the reason I'm like slouched sometimes my back a little bit, just to relax it. If you watch this video around children, you already know the drill. Remove it from your immediate vicinity. My videos are not for children. The basis of this video is going to be talking about the explanation. If you are not familiar with it, it is going to be based on the Fair Credit Reporting Act that I think a lot of people need to start utilizing. I know a lot of people is like, oh, I want to fix my credit. I want to get my credit together, yada, yada, yada. You can, okay? You can. You can definitely get it together. And it's going to be labor intensive. If you're used to being lazy, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not for you. It's going to take a lot of typing. It's going to take a lot of networking, and it's going to take a lot of tedious work. However, the benefits far outweigh the work. Now, there are codes that you can use that are pinpointers. These are what I call pinpoint regulations. You know, when people say they report things to collections, they reschedule, they do all sorts of things behind your back in regards to your credit, and you're just not aware of it. That's the reason why when things get reported, they affect your credit, because they affect the credit in such a way where, you know, these entities, again, are leeches. We're not going to sit here and try to make it seem like they're the good guy, nor are we going to sit here and make them seem like they're the creditors. They're not. The creditor is the one in whom the credit's name is under. Let's get that straight. Let's get that straight. But through their deceptive contracts, they usurp the ability to basically try to say that they're the creditor. They're not the creditor. Let's get that straight, people. Before we proceed with anything I had to fucking say, they are not the creditor. That's why they call it your credit. They run inquiries, they run certain things. They do this, but you have to also understand that there are guidelines and laws that restrict them strictly from doing things. Now, going back to the pinpointers, I want y'all to pay attention to the code sections of what I'm saying. And I tell people usually when they come watch my videos, bring a pen, bring some paper. You know what I'm saying? Now, these pinpointers are coming from 15 United States Code 1681. Okay? Now, when you understand that this governs the access to consumer credit report records and promotes accuracy, fairness, and the privacy of personal information assembled by credit reporting agencies, also known as CRAs for short. Credit reporting agencies are agencies that basically, you know, they have access to your personal information, okay? And since once you give them personal access to your information, it is what it is. See, there's a saying, they say, no credit is good credit. They're right, because if you don't have credit, it means nobody has access to it. There's just no history. There's no transactional history. But once you start using it, for those people who doubt that you can't get anything because you don't have credit, no, it's just because that these individual entities will start to extend to you your own credit. Does that make sense? Once you give them consent to use the social security number as access to the credit account, which is the trust, then basically what they're saying is, okay, so now we can see what we're working with, right? But then they want to tell you, you build your credit. But there's a way to build your credit without having to make any payments, okay? Now, here's some pinpointers. I'm not going to read the code section now because it's just to read what it says in the code section. You do your homework and you see what it says in regards to your situation. See, the reason why I'm outlining these is because these, per their code section, penalizes each credit agency. So this is how you can build your credit on a GP. And I'm gonna drop a gem because each one of these code sections are a violation per $1,000. So you can actually turn your bad credit into a monetary sentence, a venture to fix it. Now these code sections particularly say it's $1,000 per violation, each one. So you have Federal Code Regulation Act, Section 611, Part A, A1. Write that down. Do your research. That's a $1,000 violation. Failure to compliance on behalf of the credit bureau. Federal Code Regulation Section 604, subsection A, Section 3. That's a $1,000 violation per non-compliance on behalf of the credit bureau. Federal Code of Regulation Part A, 5B, Section 2. That's a $1,000 penalty for basically them failing to comply. Federal Code Regulation 605C. That's a $1,000 that violation if they fail to comply with the provisions in that section. Federal Code Regulation Section 623. That's a $1,000 violation for their failure to comply. Now, why do I say this? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's $5,000. Now, you have Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Okay, let me show you how to do some simple math so you can get your shit together and stop bullshitting and stop complaining. If you do your due diligence, see, this is what I do. I type up a letter to simplify it. This is how I like to make things simple. You should try it too, so it'd be less labor intensive on you. Type up a template, type up a code section, type all those code sections in, and then you give them an allotted period of time to respond. But all you have to do is just change the address to the credit union, not credit union, to the credit reporting agency. And all you have to do is just change the address, like Experian, Equifax, and everything, but leave the letter the same. Mail all of those out and give them ample time to respond. That's $15,000 fucking dollars. Because they're not going to respond. That's $15K. And that's in less than 8 minutes. Not only does it also require them to remove these things from your credit history, but you get paid to do it. Wow. And that's free game. You know what I'm saying? That's free game. I told you, all you gotta do is draft up a letter with the code sections on it, change the address. That way you ain't typing the same letter over and over again. Save it, put it in your system as credit letter, letter of credit, whatever. And you can go back to it anytime you want. Then you type up another letter. Give it a lapse period of time. Tell them that they failed to respond, and you take them all to federal court. Damn. Take them all to federal court. Put them all in the same suit. You don't have to put them up as divide the suit. Put them all in the same suit. Put them all in there. Because this is federal law. See, this ain't state law, like where you got to go through the rudiments. No, this is federal law. But that's $15,000, and it's helping you build your credit at the same time. You ain't got to go to none of these fuck ass. This is what these people that be out here, we can help you fix your credit. What do you think that they're using? The same shit that you could be using at home for free. They talk about, you want us to help you fix your credit? Da-da-da-da-da. They're another goddamn leech. Because off of your ignorance, you think that they know something better than you. You can go study this yourself. I just gave you the code sections that you put in the head of your letter to each one of these credit bureaus. Then you also send credit disclosure statements with each one of these correspondences. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, it get real. your credit will be fixed real quick. It'll be fixed real quick. See, when you delay and you don't handle your adequate credit history business as far as what is necessary or concerned, as far as your history, that's why people's credit drop, because they keep annually reporting without you knowing. You got to put a halt to that shit. And plus, it gives you an ease of mind knowing that basically you are in the good. So anything from after the date of them, you mailing that letter out to them, and I always tell people, yeah, it's going to cost you a couple dollars, but oh well. Certified mail return receipt. You know what I'm saying? All of them. That way they can't say they didn't get it. And then what you do is you put them all in separate folders. I mean, you got to be very organized with this. I'm just going to keep it real. That's why I said it's labor intensive, because you're going to have to make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's, because when you have to go to court, you have to go to federal court for this stuff. You have to make sure, if you do make it to federal court, you have to make sure you got all your stuff together. But you don't need a whole bunch of paperwork. All you need is, like I said, a cover letter, credit disclosure statement, and particularly the response letter letting them know that it's a notice of default. Basically, they didn't respond, and you letting them know you're taking them to court. That's the second letter that you type. That's 3 simple things that you could do to fuck these folks up. And get yourself together and get some money in the meantime, between time. Because these are laws. I'm not making this up. I gave you the laws. I gave you the code section. I gave you the sauce. Do your homework. Time for me to go eat lunch. So people, do your due diligence and, get on your game. Other than that, if you just sit here and listen to my video for entertainment purposes, then, hey, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. That's your fault. But if you want to learn more, email me. Schedule a consultation, because I'm telling you right now, this stuff, it's if you're not seasoned enough in the legalese, it's going to take an explanation. I'm just keeping it real. So, Federal Credit Reporting Act explained. Y'all take care. I'm hungry, and I'm about to go smash some food. Agents, fuck you. It is what it is. Y'all know how I've been feeling about y'all. I never say I love you, because I don't. But y'all stay safe. Peace, light, love. Take care.